Hey everybody. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about learning to meditate, because I really feel that this is such a potent time for us all to learn these skills. And teaching people how to meditate really does feel like my calling and my passion in life. And I want to let you know what this course is about, what my upcoming course is about, particularly if you live here in Bright, because the next course that I'm doing, I'm running in person in Bright, which is super exciting. So the course is called Living with Awareness. And the reason that it's called Living with Awareness is because learning to meditate for me is not just about learning the skills of meditation to become better at meditating, but so much about integrating these skills into life, and that's really what this is about. And this time that we're going through at the moment with the pandemic and with other kind of uprising that's happening around the world, it's really potent times, and these times are calling us to turn inwards and to really connect with what feels most real for us, but also to draw on the tools that have been passed down through the ancient traditions to navigate these times with more ease. And I trained in teaching people to meditate with two amazing teachers, Jack Cornfield and Tara Brach. And I wanted to read a little bit from one of Jack's emails that he sent through last year to our meditation group, because I think it's really powerful, and it speaks to me about why these practices are so important and why I want to teach them to you. And he says, "Dear friends, we have a choice. Epidemics like earthquakes and tornadoes and floods are part of the cycle of life on planet Earth. But how do we respond? With greed, hatred, fear, and ignorance? This only brings more suffering. Or do we respond with generosity, clarity, steadiness, and love? This is the time for love." And so he goes on to talk about what can we do in this moment, in these moments of difficulty that we're going through, whether that's hearing about the Black Lives Matter movement, or whether that is the pandemic, or whether it's climate change, or whether it is hearing about things that are happening in the Australian Parliament to women. There's so much going on at the moment that can really stir us up. And he says, what can I do? What can we do? In this moment, we can sit quietly. We can take a deep breath and acknowledge our fear and apprehension, our uncertainty and our helplessness, and hold all these feelings with a compassionate heart. We can say to them, "Thank you for trying to protect me." And when we do that, we feel ourselves part of something greater. This is a time of mystery and uncertainty. Take a breath. The veils of separation are parting, and the reality of interconnection is apparent to everyone on Earth. We need this pause to see how much we need each other. And so he was talking, he wrote this email particularly at the time of the pandemic, but I think, we can't forget. It's so easy to go back into normal life as we emerge from lockdown, and in Australia we've been back into normality for a little while. But it's so easy to then fall back into our default ways of being and get lost again in the trance. And we still have this opportunity to do things a different way, to live our lives with more awareness. And that's what I want to teach in this course, is to teach you to live with more awareness, because the times are calling for us to do that. As part of the course, you will receive this beautiful 70-page manual, which has lots and lots of information about meditation, about all of the practices. It also has weekly reflections, journal reflections, and prompts, and a meditation log to fill in this book, as well as some extra little activities to get you living with more awareness. So you'll also get access to the online portal, which will have audio recordings of meditations to access, also some additional yoga practices to support you throughout the 6 weeks. And there will be a space for us to have a conversation outside of the classes as well. And so the first week of the course, we orient ourselves and we come together as a group and we learn, we get to know each other. So each week in the course, there's an opportunity for sharing in a really safe environment, safe and supported environment. We can hear from other people's meditation experiences and hear from other people's barriers as well in the practice and their how they're traveling on the whole course, and that can really help to support your own journey. So we get to know each other in the first week and we learn some really simple tools, and we start to talk about how we integrate those tools and those practices into our lives. So starting to build a daily meditation practice and starting to journal on our practice so that we start to reflect on questions so that we can track our journey through the 6 weeks. So in the second week of the course, we go on to learn some embodied mindfulness practices, really looking at how we can bring our awareness into sensation in our body when we're moving our bodies, but also through body scan practices and through starting to listen into stress signals of our bodies as well. Then in the third week of the course, we start to draw in some specific heart practices. So looking at loving kindness and compassion as standalone tools that we can use in our meditation, as well as bringing more kindness and gentleness to the quality of our meditation practice itself and noticing when we judge ourselves. In the fourth week of the course, we start to bring the first 3 weeks together through a really powerful tool called RAIN, and we use this meditation so that we can start to lean into more difficulty. So difficult sensations, difficult emotions, even triggering experiences that we might have, and always doing this with a very trauma-informed lens so that we are nurturing ourselves whenever we need to, and resourcing ourselves through grounding, through breath, through taking breaks where we need to. So the fifth week of the course is where we start to look at the ways that we think and our limiting beliefs and how they affect us as well, and start to look at what we call our top tunes in our minds. So becoming more aware of the habitual thoughts that kind of take us over, and how we don't have to believe them. And then in the final week of the course, we bring it all together and we look at building our own practice and taking a commitment or a vow to be more mindful in our lives and to live our lives with more awareness, whatever that means for us. So how we treat ourselves, how we treat those around us, how we treat the planet, and also looking at how we might be in service as well, and acknowledging the link between mindfulness practices and how we show up and how we commit to making the world a better place and a kinder place. And you can come to this course with having no background in meditation at all, or you may have already meditated in the past and perhaps you found it difficult to integrate that into your life, or maybe you have found that you were bad at meditating in some way, you thought you were no good at it. Maybe you've been meditating for a long time and you want to use this as an opportunity to recommit to a daily practice and to learn some new tools perhaps and to deepen it. So every time we come to this practice is an opportunity to go deeper and deeper. It's never finished. The path is never complete. So whether you've meditated before or not, this course is going to be suitable for you. We take things from the very basics, and at the beginning of the course we learn exactly what meditation is in the tradition of mindfulness meditation. So very much in the Buddhist tradition, but this is a secular course. You don't need to have any beliefs to come to this, just an openness and a curiosity. So I really invite you to join me in this course. This next course is starting on the 5th of May right here in Bright, and it's being run at the Bright Yoga Space Studio, which is where I am right now. And it will be every Wednesday night from the 5th of May for 6 weeks between 5:30 and 7 in the evening. So this course has been developed very specifically through the training that I've done with Jack and Tara, but also through my experiences in life as a yoga practitioner and as somebody who has really benefited from embodied practice and from learning how to bring myself out of a very busy mind and into a feeling and sensing body. And also my work as an activist and my deep passion for making the world a more peaceful and kinder place, and the knowledge that I have gained in how we can bring more peace and love into our own lives and into our own being, and then how that naturally ripples out into the world. So it always starts with us. And so to show up as truthful and honest and kind and compassionate beings in this world, with wonder and with curiosity about those people around us, we can't help but make the world a better place. So these practices help us to connect with that truth that's within us, with who we really are, and to let go of all of that other stuff that we've placed on us to protect us. And when we embrace that, when we embrace who we are with love and acceptance, then we're able to embrace everyone else around us too. And that's what's going to heal this world. Thank you.